Hi, everyone. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Teaching and Learning Show. My name is Allie Kennedy, Administrative Assistant for Teaching and Learning.
Hello to all. I'm Lee Weatherington Zamora, Superintendent of Schools for Hamilton County.
And I'm Chris Combass, Director of Teaching and Learning, and we have a special guest on the show today, Mr. Clay Tomlinson. He is our Coordinator of Career and Technical Education, Virtual and Adult Ed. He puts the CT and CTE. Mr. Tomlinson, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good afternoon to everybody. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this new adventure that is the Teaching and Learning Show. I'm excited.
All right, well, glad to have you, Mr. Tomlinson. So, Mr. Tomlinson, the Hamilton County School District recently joined the Space Florida Academy initiative. Can you please share some additional information about this program with our viewers?
Absolutely. And our viewers might be unfamiliar with Space Florida as an organization, so I first wanted to share just a little bit about who they are and what they do. Space Florida serves as Florida's aerospace finance and development authority. Their mission is to advocate for and increase investment into Florida's aerospace industries, all in an effort to bolster the state economy. So one of the ways that they do this is through different workforce initiatives. You alluded to the Space Florida Academy program, and that's what we have been, as a school district, invited to participate in. And this program is one in which Space Florida is partnering with school districts throughout the state to bridge the gap between those school districts and aerospace companies and employers, and the students that are within the school districts that are partners that they would view as potential employees. So, among other things, the idea behind the Space Florida Academy program is to disabuse students and the public from the misconception that you have to be a rocket scientist in order to work in the aerospace industry. There are a number of career fields of a technical nature that are in high demand within the aerospace industry. And most of these careers only require an industry certification rather than a college degree. And we're talking industries like, or fields like our advanced manufacturing, electricity, cybersecurity, logistics, so on and so forth. And in talking with leaders from Lockheed Martin and Raytheon and other companies that are involved in this program, they are even looking to hire students right out of high school with certifications in automotive mechanics, in construction, in carpentry and masonry and HVAC. And that's because they understand that these students that are have a foundation in trade skills, and so they can work with these students and build off of that foundation, and when they bring them in as employees, and then work to train them to the specific skill that they're actually in need of in that aerospace industry. So Hamilton County School District was invited to be designated as a Space Florida Academy. We were one of only 23 school districts in the state that was involved in this first cohort. And we were invited because of the current career and technical education programs that we offer within our district that are in direct alignment with the priorities of aerospace industries and employers. And we've got a list here that we're showing that are the industry certifications that we currently offer that are in that direct alignment with aerospace employers. And we offer these certifications either directly at the secondary level through our CTE programs, such as our agricultural biotechnology program, or we offer some of them that you'll see, such as the welding and the electrical, automotive, and so on, that we offer at the post-secondary level through a partnership with River Oak Technical College in Suwannee County. And I think lastly, and probably most importantly, what I wanted to share is what this designation as a Space Academy actually means for our district. And I think that this is going to expose our students and provide them with opportunities in career fields that they may otherwise not have had access to. High-paying jobs that they previously might have thought were unattainable, they are attainable. And they're attainable simply by earning the certifications that they're already working towards in their current CTE programs at our high school. And in addition to this, I think the designation, hopefully over time, will help to incentivize industries, companies, and aerospace employers to move in to our area to help stimulate our local economy. If these companies were aware that we are creating a pipeline of potential employees in our students that are skilled in the trades that they need, then hopefully they would be more inclined to come in and set up shop in our region. So that's something that Space Florida through this partnership is working hard at. They've pledged to make these companies aware of the location of our school district, of the CTE programs that we're offering within the district, the industry certifications that our students are earning in those programs, and the potential employees that they would have in our students because of those industry certifications that they're earning. I think this is going to do wonders for our students over the next few years, and I think it's going to do wonders for our local community as well.
Mr. Tomlinson, you and I had the privilege of accompanying Superintendent Zamora to Kennedy Space Center on August the 1st. Ms. Zamora, would you like to elaborate on this next photo?
Yes, as you stated, we were invited to the Kennedy Space Center on August the 1st, and the purpose of the visit was to officially participate in the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding with Space Florida. As Mr. Tomlinson has already stated, with the signing of the MOU, the Hamilton County School District received the designation of a Florida Space Academy School District. So we were very excited for this opportunity and for this recognition to support, again, as Mr. Tomlinson said, our students and our community's future.
And so, Mr. Tomlinson, you did say that we're one of only 23 districts that are a part of this program at this point in time?
That is correct. This is the first cohort that they have initiated, and I have heard talks that there will be an additional cohorts added later. I'm not sure when that would be, though.
Well, everybody, if you didn't have a chance to tune in last week, you missed a great show because Superintendent Zamora went through the components of our school grading system, and college and career acceleration is one of those buckets. So this next slide, I'm so happy to show this to everyone, is just a testament of the great work that you, Mr. Tomlinson, school admin, teachers, all of the support staff are doing over at the high school to accelerate our students. Ms. Zamora, would you like to share some more information on how college and career acceleration points are derived?
I sure will be glad to. So for our students to be able to earn the college and career acceleration points, these acceleration points do go towards our school accountability, which is our school grade. So obviously, the more points that we can accumulate through the students' efforts, that benefits the bottom line of our school grade. So here are some possible ways that students can earn the college and career acceleration points. If they have a passing score on an AP, which is, IPE or AICE exam, they receive points. These are courses and tests that kids can take in high school. We also have students who are dual enrolled in colleges. If they receive passing grades in their dual enrollment coursework, they can receive a point. Students who earn 300 clock hours through the career dual enrollment courses receive points for those hours if they pass those classes as well. For the CAPE Industry certification, students can earn CAPE Industry certs and receive points. Also, if a student has a passing score on the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery better known as the ASVAB, they're also going to be able to receive points. So our students have a variety of ways to earn these acceleration points. And again, that does help the school in terms of the school grade. But more importantly than just the accountability points or the school grade, the students who participate in the college and career readiness courses, dual enrollment, and the CAPE industry programs, they are learning skills and accumulating knowledge that is going to help them when they graduate from high school. And that is what we want for our children. We want every student to graduate with a high school diploma and then have choices to go on to secondary, to college, university, go into a career, be prepared for a career. Just as Mr. Tomlinson said in his information, there's careers out there that do not require a college degree, high-paying jobs, careers that do not require a college degree, but they do require some type of education, such as these industry certifications. The other piece is military. If students decide they want to go into the military, we want to have them prepared for that choice as well. So all of this combines together to support the school in terms of the accountability points. But again, bottom line is it helps our students be prepared for the choices they want to make with their future once they graduate from high school.
Well, kudos to everyone that's involved with this. Mr. Tomlinson, I know that you've been kind of crunching some numbers for this previous year, and you have some good news to share with some projections that we have for college and career acceleration for next year, right?
I do, and you can see we've been trending up over the last several years, and I believe that trend is going to continue. I don't want to get into the specific numbers that we're projecting for next year because things can change from then until now, and it's always a lag year as well. So we're looking at data from the previous school year that will affect the current school year's school grade. But I can tell you that if my numbers are correct, then yes, we're going to continue to see a significant increase in our college and career acceleration points for next year's school grade. And we've got policies that we've been putting into place over the last couple of years in which we are trying our best to ensure that every single student in Hamilton County has access to be enrolled in one of our CTE programs. There are those that go the dual enrollment route. There are those that go the ROTC route. And so, of course, that's another pathway that we allow those students to choose for themselves. But the goal is to have 100% enrollment in CTE programs so that we can continue to give the opportunities, like Ms. Zamora was speaking to our students so that they can be successful after they graduate in whatever it is that they choose to do.
And, there's no way that we can squeeze everything there is to know about CTE in this one show. So we definitely want to bring you back on so we can talk more in detail about our specific vocational programs.
Indeed, I would love that. There's a lot to go to discuss when it comes to CTE.
All right, everyone. Before we wrap things up for today, we have one last surprise for you. Mr. Tomlinson, some people may not know this, but when you were in college, we hear you dabbled in forecasting the weather, and we just happened to have some of those photos to share.
There they are.
Oh, hey, look at there. A young Clay Tomlinson.
Hasn't aged a bit.
Yes. The internet is forever, my friends. The internet is forever. We dug these up from almost 15 years ago, I guess, and they're out there. I tell you, that was a really fun time. That's one of the reasons why I went to FSU in the first place, is because they had this student-run weather forecasting program, and we broadcasted live. So, about, like I say, almost 15 years ago, if you were in Tallahassee and you were flipping through the channels and you landed on Channel 4, you may have seen me on TV.
Well, Clay, I've got to ask you about this. Now, I'm sure there's some video floating around somewhere on the web. We haven't been able to run across that. But could you just kind of walk us through these slides? What were you saying in these pictures?
Oh, goodness.
Just give us a quick little segment, okay? How would it have sounded?
Well, if I had to look, say, at the bottom right down there, we've got the satellite and radar imagery. So Um, let me think back to my days here. If I would have hit the clicker and gone to the next slide, I would have said something along the lines of, and now we'll take a look at our satellite and radar footage as we're seeing a big piece of energy towards the Louisiana and Texas area that's going to be making its way east eventually as that cold front starts to come through. And we'll talk about how that's going to affect our rain chances and our temperatures later in the week as it gets closer to us.
You're just a natural. You're a natural.
If I had a little bit more time to see it, I might have gotten a little bit better there, but that wasn't too bad, I don't think.
That's great. So let's just get this straight. So you were calling the weather in college, and then you went to work for the Challenger Center, and then you moved to Washington, D.C., talking with the bigwigs for a while. And you and your family are from Suwannee County, so
Right.
got a little homesick, decided to move back, which
Yeah.
we're so thankful that you did move back. But how do you think these life experiences have helped you in this role?
It's been an interesting ride, that's for sure. And you mentioned all the places I've had the privilege to go and work with. And I think as it pertains to this position, it's been great because I was able to see the education world from a few different perspectives. From the informal world, where the focus was on STEM and really encouraging students to pursue a college degree in some type of STEM field, to where now my philosophy has almost totally changed, in which I advocate students to pursue a trade skill and career and technical education. Obviously there are still those students that we encounter and work with that are on a pathway to a college or university, and we do everything that we can to support them in that endeavor. But my job is to identify those students that say that college is not for them, and I support and do everything in my power to make sure that we point them in the right direction so they can find a career that they're going to enjoy and they're going to be successful at, so they can be a great contributor to our community and society.
All right, well, thank you for joining us today, Mr. Tomlinson. We look forward to having you back on our show in the future. Mrs. Zamora, do you have any closing remarks?
I just want to say once again how very proud I am of the work that has been done in support of our students. Thank you, Mr. Tomlinson, because the work and the effort you're putting in is having a huge impact on our students and is going to impact our community as well. So I am looking forward to our future in CTE. Thank you.
Oh, and Mr. Combast, didn't you have one thing you wanted to add?
I do have one thing to add. Okay, this is my question, Mr. Tomlinson. You may be able to answer this. I'm not sure. Where do astronauts keep their snacks?
I would not dare be able to answer that question.
In their lunch box. That's all I have.
It's a good
Love
one.
it. I should have seen that coming.
Well, on that note, thank you everyone for joining us here today. Please join us next time as we sit down with Superintendent Zamora and Miss Marjorie Cooks to discuss school safety. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
All right.